Hey everybody, this is the Patzer, and this is the chess.com puzzle for March 16th, 2019. As we can see, it's another endgame, and it pretty much looks like it's going to be a race to pawn promotion for white and black. Both pawns are only 3 moves away from getting promoted, and so let's take a look at how this plays out as chess.com envisions it. The white king first moves in to try to steal a march on the black knight, but the black king moves in to protect the knight. And then the race is on. White is trying to get that pawn promoted. And here is an interesting move here. This move surprised me because on the face of it, it looks like the black knight is saying to the white bishop, go ahead and take me. Now, the reason that this is a surprising move to me, and it made me stop to think, is that this move is an ultimate pressure point from black, because that knight is saying to the bishop, you're going to have to take me, because if you don't take me, I'm going to take that pawn, and you're going to have no promotions to do. You know, your king can slide over there to protect the pawn, but I'm going to take it anyway. I'm going to give myself up. I don't care. You're not going to have any pawns to promote, and of course, I'll still have 2 pawns to promote. So a move like that is basically black saying, hey, you're going to have to take me. You got no choice. Now, you might think, well, that's, big deal. That's good for white. And of course, it turns out it is good for white. But it's surprising in another respect, because once the bishop takes the knight, it turns out that the black king is now pinned. It has no legal moves. It can't move anywhere, and of course the pawn behind it is also pinned, which means that from now on the only moves that black has is for that black pawn, and now it's just a race to get promoted. As a patzer, I'm always surprised when pawns promote themselves to things other than queens. So when I saw that white was promoting itself to knight, I thought, okay, well, let me wait around and see how this develops. Of course, I'm not smart enough to realize that as a knight here, that white knight is 3 moves away from mating the king, and that king, as I've said before, is stuck. That's why it's such a beautiful position for white. But black, oddly enough, also promotes itself to a knight, and that made no sense at all to me. But it's going to make sense in a moment once we check out how chess.com plays itself in this very same position. But let's just finish off how this works for white in the chess.com puzzle. And there you have it, mate. Only took a total of 7.5 moves, and with that black king pinned as it was was just a matter of the white knight finding that position where it could move in and say, well, I got you, pal. So that's once again how chess.com solves this puzzle, and now let's take a look at how the Stockfish engine plays the very same puzzle. And at the outset, it's identical, and clearly that knight moving in to fork the king and the pawn is automatic. That you're going to have to take me. You're going to have to take me. That's all all there is to it. It's still the same, and not surprisingly, I guess, the Stockfish engine also chooses to promote itself to a knight. However, surprisingly to me, although as a patzer, I'm always ready to promote my pawns to queens, so I wasn't surprised, or I guess I was surprised only because it was a different choice from the choice that the chess.com black took. But here, as it turns out, surprisingly, uh, by virtue of its position, white can keep the pressure on black and prevent that black queen from moving at all. And it turns out to be more than just plain pressure, as we're going to see. So here, as you can see, the knight checks the black king. Black king gets out of the way. The knight moves, and now the white bishop is also attacking the king, and the king gets out of the way again. And here, well, it's a beautiful fork. So black is going to lose that queen. There's just no two ways about it, and it does. And now it's all over but the crying. And I'm just guessing that Stockfish's rationale, it's always a little bit of a mystery why chess programs behave exactly as they do. But I've played enough with the Stockfish engine to realize that even when it realizes, or should realize, it's got no chance of winning, it prefers matches where it can keep going for an indefinite period of time. So, that king could race around and dodge the bishop and the knight, but sooner or later it was going to get trapped in a corner and it was going to get mated. But in this case, it was 38 moves instead of the 7.5 moves for the chess.com puzzle. So I'm guessing that's the kind of thinking that the Stockfish engine indulges in. More moves for me. I lose anyway, but who cares? So that's the difference once again, between the chess.com puzzle and the Stockfish engine solving the puzzle. Always interesting contrast between the two. And anyway, that's it for the Patzer. And once again, to all you Patzers out there, get out from behind the 8 ball. Bye-bye.